What's going on, guys? My name is Ricky, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what it's like to be a successful investor in the stock market. I hope that you guys enjoy. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys, so to kind of get started, one of the most common questions that I get is how much money can you make by investing in the stock market? How much money is it that I make when investing in the stock market? So first of all, to answer your question, that's a very open-ended question, and it's different for every single people. Some people don't even make money. Actually, a majority of the people who invest in the stock market don't make any money. To answer your question, first, before asking if you're solely going to be getting into the stock market to try to make a quick couple $1,000s, it doesn't actually work like that. It actually takes time to learn the mechanics and both the basics of how to actually successfully grow your account by investing in the stock market. And if that's not something when it comes down to time, right, that you're able to invest, then this market probably isn't the best time for you to invest in as of right now. One of the best recommendations I can have for someone getting started right now would be to start paper trading or simulation trading. I don't think that the market has ever been so accessible, which means that you don't need any money to get started. It doesn't cost you anything to actually open up these accounts. You guys can use Google, you guys can use the YouTube search bar, search up paper trading, search up simulation trading, and make sure that you become more familiar with what that is and the different accounts that you can create for free, and how you can trade and start trading real stocks just like we do, but not actually having to pay for it. So that would be my number one recommendation before you actually get started, is to start simulation trading so you don't have to risk any of your hard-earned money. So again, and then for how much money is it that I make? So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Ricky. I'm 23 years old. I own TechBot Solutions, right? We're one of the fastest growing private trading communities out there. We have a little bit over 100,000 members. If you guys want to join, again, quick link. It's the third link in the, or the third or fourth link in the description. But when it comes down to the amount of money that I make, again, it's been changing within the years when it comes down to investing in the stock market. As my position sizes change, right, I've been able to have a goal of about $500 to $1,000 a week. Now my weekly goal is anywhere from 2.5K to 3K a week. So if I can end up bringing anywhere from around 10 to 12K on a monthly basis, then that would overall allow me to hit my yearly goal, which for qualification purposes for the series of businesses that I have and the series of properties when it comes down to real estate that I want to qualify for, that puts me in a really good spot to be able to qualify for that. So again, I'm not only an investor in the stock market, but I also own a series of properties as well, and I invest in a series of different markets, and that's why I have a different, again, idea in mind, a different game plan, because again, we're all different in different ways. Some people might be doing this for more of kind of just a hobby or something as more of a part-time, which I 100% can understand and respect. How long do you trade for? So first of all, how long do you have to trade for? Again, this is a very open-ended question, and as you become more familiar with the stock market and the different markets that are within the market, it's different for every single person. So at least the market that I invest in, it's open from 6:30 in the morning Mountain Standard Time as of right now, all the way up to 1 p.m. So you can invest all of those hours. I usually try to focus at least within the first 2 hours to make sure that that's when I take action, that's when I take my active positions. I'm viewed more as a short-term swing trader. There's a lot of day traders. I do day trade from time to time, but there's people that solely focus on day trades. There's people that solely focus on day trading, momentum stocks. There's people that focus on investing in OTC stocks, people that focus in investing in options. Every market offers different forms of risk, and every market offers different forms of trading style that might be more effective and efficient for you. Do I think that my trading style is the best for you? No, right? And that's why, again, I encourage people to branch off and to watch a couple videos on YouTube, see not only the type of trading styles that you enjoy and understand the best, but also the individuals and these so-called gurus, like who it is that you can, kind of associate yourself with and see the most value in. Because although someone might be doing well when it comes down to investing in the stock market, their overall demeanor, their overall kind of way that they carry themselves might not be something that you find very attractive nor effective as well. And if it, again, you become a true representation of who it is that you surround yourself with. So something that I think that we do very well within TechBot Solutions is that we try to keep the overall language and demeanor down when it comes down to bringing and subjugating people. We try to focus on motivating people. I know it might sound very corny, or it might sound very far-fetched for a lot of people, especially for a market such as the stock market, but just because it's a difficult market to try to manage that sort of environment, it doesn't mean that it's impossible, and it's just something that we take on a daily basis with me and my team to make sure that we try to provide a clean and simple platform where people can motivate one another and encourage one another to be the best that one another can be. So yeah, that's really just it. So the next 3 questions are questions that I got asked in a recent documentary that I just finished filming. The first one is, what is the most rewarding part of being successful? So I'm going to give you 2 answers for that. So when it comes down to being successful within my market, again, I don't have to invest a lot of time actively investing to bring in the type of income that I do, which allows me and gives me the luxury to be able to invest and create a series of businesses in other markets as well. I have a series of partners in different businesses, and one of my biggest passions is software development and creating free tools and resources for people, and that's the whole purpose that I started TechBud Solutions. My goal was to, I felt like the biggest issue when it came down to someone wanting to be successful is not knowing what market to invest in, or either not being aware of what specific market they might that might be out there for them that they might actually experience success in, but it's because of that exposure that they never knew that it was out there. So my biggest goal, because of the reach that I have and the hundreds of thousands of followers that I have, is to create certain tools and resources that are free and available to the public, that can act as a positive catalyst both for exposure and being able to act as a catalyst for overall success rates at a much quicker pace. Again, that's a goal of mine. That's why we chose to use a series of capitals and resources that we've been able to be blessed with to reinvest into the partners that we now have when it comes down to the software development, and to make sure that we give back to the community that we want to see truly, grow, right? And I think being able to see the potential that we're able to have and the reach that we have within this certain niche, again, just being able to give back and just create. It's not even really giving back. It's just creating tools and resources that make it easier for people to experience success in, and that's really just it. And a different form of success is the ability to have been blessed with a surplus of resources, right, that I've been able to give back, right? So a first example can be sending my parents to Europe for about 24 days last month, and that was something that they've always wanted to do, and being able to have blessed them with that because of the blessings that I've been able to experience is truly amazing, right? I think that a lot of us are motivated by being able to provide for our families and then to be able to give back to those that we love, and it's been amazing that I've been able to do that for my families and for those around me altogether, right? Another amazing thing that I think that, again, this is just talking about what it is that I think when it comes down to being successful, some people obviously have a huge focus in nonprofit foundations, and due to the partners that I've been able to work with, we have now came up with the idea of partnering up mid to late 2018 for this nonprofit that works with LifeStraw, which is a device that allows people that are kind of not given access to clean water to actually gain the ability to be able to actually consume clean drinking water. And it's my partners such as Justin who's been able to make this all happen. And again, because of the blessing of the resources that we've been able to receive, we've been now able to take those resources and being able to give back to those communities that are in need and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that every successful person has to do this or is required to do that, but it just means that for myself and the people that I like to work with, we want to make sure that it definitely feels great to be able to have a positive impact in a couple of people's lives, right? And if we can have that, then why not, right? So when it comes down to the question of like, what do I want to be viewed as? I feel like that's a very open-ended question, especially for someone within my age of being 23. But when it came down to my answer, I want to be viewed as someone that provides a clean and simple kind of like environment to motivate individuals, and that provides a certain tools and resources that makes it a lot easier for people to achieve a certain form of success. I am one of the top 5 biggest YouTube channels when it comes down to those like who invest in the stock market and stuff like that, and because of kind of like that limelight and because of my age, and I think just based on my overall experience and sometimes my actions of them not being up to par with everyone's view, as you can never really please everyone. I'm sometimes caught under the limelight or caught under the light, just being kind of targeted and stuff like that, and that's all part of the game. It's nothing that anyone needs to feel bad for. It's not something that I really try to bring myself down for. It's just something that I use as motivation to continue to work with my team, who it is that, you know, we think that we provide a lot of value, and obviously tens of thousands of people see that we provide a lot of value for them, and, you know, not giving up, always going and making sure that we stay focused to what it is that we want to do. And again, being the best in the market is definitely not something that we see far-fetched from what it is that we're viewed as. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions that you guys maybe want me to answer, again, I was just going off of the top of my head based on a bunch of the frequently asked questions that I've been getting on my Instagram account and also on YouTube as well, talking a little bit more about people have been messaging me about, like, you know, how is it like to be like famous, or how is it like to be like successful. I can't really say that I'm famous, right? I do have a couple 100,000 followers, but not anything close to like being famous and stuff like that. But when it comes down to being successful, especially successful like within my niche, I would be more than happy to share more tips and kind of just experiences, and I want to be as transparent as possible. If you guys want me to make, there's actually a question that I was asked in the documentary when it came down to, and again, me being trying to be completely transparent, like, how is it being in the limelight and being able to, when it comes down to get in contact with, like, obviously girls and stuff like that, and how much easier it is now because of the form of success that I've been able to experience. So if it's something like that that you guys want me to answer, again, just comment it down below. I want to be as realistic as possible. I don't think a lot of people talk about it, and I think as of right now, because I'm single, it's something that I can definitely touch and give my own 2 cents on if it's something that you guys see value in. And if it is, great. If it's not, then I definitely don't have to make a video about it. But altogether, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm going to get back. We have a couple things that I have to do before we end the night. But altogether, guys, if you guys have ever wanted to get started in investing in the stock market, just know that there's a bunch of free content on YouTube. There's a bunch of different individuals that you guys can follow, and groups that you can be a part of. And all I ask you to do is to, if it's not too much of a favor to ask, is to make sure that you take a step back, that you view these individuals, you see, you know, their track record when it comes down to their success rate, their trading style, their investing style. See if it's something that you see value in or that you would like to be a part of. And if it is, just make sure that it's not only the form of success that they achieve, that it's something that you find attractive, but it's them as individuals, because they become a direct representation of their groups, right? And you truly become a direct representation of who it is that you surround yourself with. So if you feel like the people within a community or a group that you are a part of are not the best or most motivating individuals, then maybe it's not the most motivating group to be a part of, right? But if it's a group that you feel like you resonate very well with, and, you know, 100%, then all power to you, and I would encourage you to, you know, continue to pursue them and working with them, as they would probably be the most effective group for you. For all those that are getting started and want kind of more of a structured way on how to get there, first of all, the first link down below is going to be to my free training for, you know, how to get started in investing in the stock market. It does not cost you 1 penny, and it's a 3-step video series, and it drips 1 video every 24 hours that you will have access to. So it talks to you about the basics of support and resistance, day trading and swing trading, which I think is a great starting point for those that are wanting to get started and becoming more familiar with how to get started in the stock market. And then lastly, for those that want the ability to actually trade with me on a daily basis, be sure to click that second link in the description and invest 30 seconds. See if working with me in my private group, and again, be sure to check our success rate within YouTube, and you guys can watch the series of videos that I have on YouTube. See if it's something that you would like to be a part of. But altogether, I hope that you guys can continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.
I'm on a new level. 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 Brought me a new shovel.